Your days are numbered, buddy. Your days are numbered. Good morning, Mr. Kitty Cat. Well, if I go in there, one of them hides. They panic because they're not used to, well, it's not that big of an area neither. And they haven't made it home yet. They'll be a lot prettier when they get some new feathers going on there. Well, good day, good day, good day. YouTube family and friends. I'm up and about. I'm doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm in the high tunnel. It's really nice and warm in here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to talk about this ground cover. I said I'd do it. Well, if you put your ground cover down and you don't right now it don't look it, but it is what it is. It's a work in progress. Instead of taking your ground cover up every year, now this don't work like in whether you plant your potatoes and your corn, that type of stuff, but tomato, squash, zucchini, if you got a small garden, and there's something you can do with a tiller. It's really not that complicated, and it's not that much work compared to taking up all the ground cover. If you've got if you got a tiller, that's all you need. Now, credit's due. I had to give Scott credit on this. He's pull the ground cover, drag it all the way out to the other end of the high tunnel, and drive back and forth through here with the tractor. But you leave the ground cover down. Don't poke holes through the ground cover. Except for maybe your tomato cages might make a few little holes, you know. But put your ground cover down the way you want your rows. Like if you're gonna plant right here, put your ground cover down right here. See? Now this has already been done. See how that's okay? Every year, I heard a fence somewhere. I don't know where that was at. When you get ready to plant again the next year, all you do is fold your ground cover over and each direction. just wide enough to run your tiller down. Put your fertilizer in, mix it up, or whatever you want to do. Then you get your fertilizer down, and then you just fold your ground cover back over. Now you can let the ground cover touch if you're doing a irrigation. And let me show you. We use this in here. This pipe has got little bitty holes all in it, but we run this tape. It goes all through the gardens, and we irrigate from the creek. So, but you put it underneath the edge of the plastic after your plants are in and everything. You just run. You can do it before you put the plants in if you want, and just put your tomato plants down through there. That's all we plant in here for the most part. There's strawberries over on the other side from last year. They'll come back this year. They'll have to be moved around, spread out. This other side over here, didn't have nothing on it. It just growed up over there and next to the wall. But Scott's got it all pulled loose. It just gotta be raked up now. But yeah, that way you don't have to drag the ground cover out of the garden, drag it back in, put it back down. It's already down. You just fold it and fold it, go down the middle of it, put your tape back down under there if you want to, right close to where your plants are going to be, and irrigate it that way. Now this ground cover has been here for a while. See, now he's working on this row right here. He's got this one folded this way and that one folded that way, but he's not picking it up. He's not having to drag it out and drag it in and resituate it and everything. He'll come back and do the same thing he did here. He'll just flip it back over and leave the place down the line. It's easy to weed too. You go poking holes all in the ground cover and putting the plants in there, cutting X's in it and all that stuff. Well, you get grass there too. You got to pick that up. You it clean that out. It grows through the holes. But this, well, as you can see, there's no grass anywhere here. That's because the ground cover was down all year in this high tunnel. Believe me, grass will grow in this high tunnel. It's a lot different from being outside. But yeah, all the water lines run out that way and feed this way. They go to a main line that we got running all the way, a main pipe that runs all the way from the creek. I know. Everybody has their own way of doing it, and I'm not saying one way is better than the other or anything like that, but that's less work. And your rows are already set every year. You already know what you're going to do. He's working on that second one right now. Of course, right now we're with short of help. So Scott takes care of the garden. He does the garden. Now he won't do as much this year as he has in the past. At least he says he's not. It's getting hard on him too. And let's see. Look at that. Now when it comes to when you're doing a big garden, it's a different story. But something like the high tunnel are the size of the Eldridge fan garden. It might not be nothing to them to pull it on up, but if they want to keep the weeds down all year long and all winter and be pretty much ready for the next year, leave it down. Don't take it up. And when it's time to plant, don't go dragging it out the back. Go dragging it out somewhere else so you can plow it all up, because you don't need it all plowed up. you just need where your plants are going. About the size of a tiller. It does save time. Some people think it's less work. Proven fact around here, if it's done right. Hello, chicken. But now, the big garden, I mean, if you gotta bring a tractor in and all that, we pull up the water lines and the drippers and everything, the drip line, the plastic and everything. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Give me a minute. I have to walk around. Okay. That's the best way to do a small to medium-sized garden. Don't take that plastic up every year. Right where your row's gonna be, make the two pieces touch, and then just fold them back each direction. Now in that high tunnel, we just pretty much, all it gets in there, holds about 350 tomato plants. And we cage them. At the end of the season, we let them, they sit there for a while and they die off after we get all the tomatoes off of them. And then when you go in there to pull the cages up, you usually pull the cage and tomato plant and all. Pull it out, separate them, stack your cages, throw away your old plants. Cleans it out. It's a done job. Well, and if you got a big garden and you really want something you're going to do all the time. Now, we hadn't used this in a while because of the fact the garden hadn't been that big anymore. For a minute there, I thought we'd take Scott or them and took it over to the 120 and used it, but they hadn't. I walked back around behind this trailer and realized two big old tree limbs done broke out of this tree. Crashed down back here. Hadn't hurt nothing, but it did. Hey, now let me show you. Here's what you use with the big gardens. Hook it to the tractor. Got your roll of plastic on there. You pull it out, you pin it down, and you start pulling. And it'll lay you out a roll of plastic. And if you tighten one end down, and when you get to the other end, it's tight. You got what you want. But I don't suggest investing in all that for something like the Eldridge or Eldridge fan, or what the size garden Brandon planted last year. That would be unnecessary. But just don't take that plastic up. Hey, because of the way we want the rows, the sheet of plastic's so wide, fold it over. Make it make it half its size or a quarter of its size. It depends on how close you want your rows to be and what it is you're planting. And it works good. And as simple as it is, Yeah, you just flip it. Flip it over on the edge, on the down the row. Flip it on both sides enough to run the tiller. Think about all the time we pulled that plastic out of there, and then had to put it back down again. And yeah, but it leaves a good walking path. Like the tomato plants come up and they don't, you know, they're not laying in the dirt. They're laying on the plastic. When they get so big, they hang over and stuff like that. Well, I got up 5:30 this morning. I was going to go to rabbit show with the grandbabies. Supposed to start at 7, but it was all the way in down in Dalton, Georgia. And it looked like I was going to be about 15 minutes late. And then all of a sudden, I get a text message at 7 o'clock saying they ain't gonna make it. So I come back home, went to bed. Yeah. That's where I felt like I belonged anyway. Help me. Well, I do believe I'm gonna go down here and down the road here for a minute, and kind of come back. I'm gonna make a stop in the driveway and grab a few tree limbs. Not the stickers down at the end of the driveway. That's just not me today. Gotta go to the dollar store after a while. I mean, turning for the most part today I rest into 2 days here, because Monday Scott or myself, one will have to be at the fruit stand around 2 o'clock, and then after that it's late, 6 o'clock in the afternoon when we close up. That ain't nothing but stickers. See, I'm at the fence here at the neighbor's property. It's all stickers right there. But that's I'm sorry, but it just bugs me. Yeah. If he'll okay it, we'll probably put the bush hog on and come down the fence line on his side. We used to lease it from him. All this back pasture, all this back field back here, and all the way down to the creek. And one day, out of clear blue, he decided he wanted his grandson to have a place to ride the four-wheeler. And he was scared of the cows. And he didn't want to lease no more. Kind of worried about more riding around that little four-wheeler he rides about the snakes than you do anything else. He's probably got hemmed up over there, who are thriving real well in his wilderness. But that used to be pasture. We used to keep it bush hogged and cleaned up, looking good. What do you say? It's his property. If he wants to let it just pay taxes on it and not benefit him or nobody else or anything. It's up to him. You know, somebody asked me, I've been telling them about what I've been doing out the driveway, and they said, won't you go to one of the meetings and complain? Make them clean it up. Don't even, I'm like, don't even go there. No. It's easier for me. Okay, you go to a meeting, you stir up a bunch of stuff in your neighborhood with about the neighbors that don't, nobody, the property owner, let's put it that way, nobody's living there. You cause hard feelings. It ain't worth it. Okay, let's say you go to the meeting, or you file a complaint, and let's say they even bother to check on it and enforce it. You're still sitting around waiting for it to happen. And for how long, who knows? By that time, you have to go up and down the driveway like you're going through the wilderness. Sticker bushes scraping down the side of your car. It ain't worth it. I'd rather get out there and just cut it back. Like I said, I've always cut it back a certain point. This year I went even, went even further. I'm just got tired of cutting the same stickers every time I went down there. Maybe what I'm doing now, boy, listen to them guineas. At least what I'm doing now, maybe I'll be able to go a couple of years, maybe, without having to do a whole lot. Them guineas are going nuts. I gotta go back down there and find out what's happening. They might be just sounding off. I'll be right back. Yeah, everything's all right. We got 2 more guineas. Scott's managed to come down at night and got 2 of them in there with the rest of them, the 4 males that run around here, and 2 of them are still on the loose because when they go to bed at night, they've been going way up in the outside the barn there, under the walk under, up in the rafters way up there. But he did manage to catch 2 of them moving kind of slow. I'm putting a lot of effort in to try to catch them. You know, we're not gonna be out of breath like I am right now from walking up through there. Chasing after guineas. Won't be long. They'll slip up. We'll be at the right place at the right time and scoop them up. No hurry. Anyway, I'm back up here now. Let me get off here. But the ground cover is no big secret. It was no big thing. Just a easy way to do it. Saves time too. I mean, unless you got a lot of people, you know, while you're getting the tiller ready and all that kind of stuff. Like, we used to pull it out there and drive a tractor through there and turn it and everything, but don't have to no more. While you're getting a tiller ready, you got 4 or 5 people pulling nails and plastic, and so getting the ground cover detached from the ground. But that don't take no time to go down one of them rows with that tiller and flip that plastic over. Works great, I'm telling you. If you try it, don't complain the first year or say, that wasn't all that, the first year you're gonna be putting it down for the first time that way. Unless you've already got it down and your rows are right there. But most people, their rows are in the middle of the plastic that's covering the ground. So, and leave it all year and try it the next year and then come back and tell me if it was easy or not. Yeah. Run the tiller down through there once. Come back with, Scott put the chicken litter in there. And then come back through there again and clean it and turn it all under. Let me see if I can figure out where he's at and what he's doing. I hadn't heard from nobody. The girl at the store must be doing okay. I expect her to do anyway. But we'll get back with you. Keep on smiling. Yeah. Keep on smiling and God bless. See you in a little bit. Well, one thing that's amazing, the sun is out. Yesterday, you were about froze to death. I mean, I'm talking about my fingers felt like they had ice on them. They ached. My bones, it was bone chilling. Now today, it's beautiful out. Just hard to believe one day from the next. Yeah. Just I mean, it's actually hot in the car if you don't leave the windows down. It starts getting hot. From bone chilling to too warm. I know. Just hang around. It'll be wintertime again tomorrow. See, it's supposed to be an overcast day. But the sun's out. The weatherman, I'm going to become the weatherman. Every morning, or at least 3 times a day, just like they do. They go on Facebook and they post their little weather forecast, what the rest of the day looks like, the traffic for Chattanooga. Well, I'm going to start going on every morning and go, good morning. It's daylight out. Maybe it'll get brighter out, maybe warmer. Then again, it might get colder. Let's just stay tuned, we'll find out. The traffic this morning, well, if you're not sitting in a traffic jam, you're lucky because you could be. It could be moving slow because it's rush hour. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do 3 times a day. And then at noontime, I'm going to tell what done happened, what it did do, and what might happen later. The sun might go down early and it might get really chilly really fast. And then do the same thing at night. And then in the morning, I'll tell them what happened last night. Oh boy. All right, ease on down the road. Well, I didn't grab no tree limbs coming up the driveway. I don't know. I don't feel like I got enough rest, or I didn't rest well from getting up so early and then ended up, being up for a few hours and then going back to bed. I actually think I might have done better if I just stayed up and never went to bed. But whatever it is, you know. Well, I hope everybody has a good day. Because I got a feeling, my day is, I got a feeling I get these groceries in the house, so my day's over. I'm having trouble staying awake. I am. I'm having trouble concentrating. Can't get my mind cleared up because I'm so sleepy. Anybody else feel that way today? It's a beautiful day, a beautiful day. Can't complain about the weather today. Everybody at the boats are taking a nap. Raise your hand. It's unanimous. We all are, huh? Okay. Sounds good to me. Okie doke. Yeah, I'll probably come back one more time. Who knows? We'll see. Talk to you after a while.